Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This is a video that's been a long time coming. There have been various questions that keep coming in, both on my Facebook page, on my Twitter, on Instagram. So just recently on my Instagram and on Twitter, I asked you guys if there was anything that you guys wanted to ask me, and I thought that I would sit down and answer them all in a little video for you right now. So I'm just going to get straight into it. And the first question is something that I get asked quite a lot. And so I'm just going to pick one of the people who asked me this, and I'm not sure I can pronounce the name right, but it was someone called Ajsela Borovic, I think, from Facebook. And she asked me, what is the colour that is in my hair? And I do get asked this quite a lot. I used to have highlights many years ago, and then I decided to go back to my natural hair colour, or as close as damn it. So this is, in theory, meant to be as close to my natural hair colour as possible. I did ask my hairdresser, and she said she mixes up 4 shades to get this colour. So I'm not quite sure how easy it is to recreate. It's kind of like a medium to dark brown. I will ask her again, and if I get the shade references, I will pop them in the description box below. So make sure to click that open if you're interested. But it's a medium to darkish brown, if that helps. And I have just one colour throughout my hair. But because I tend to go away quite a lot in Easter and in summer, I end up getting almost like natural highlight. So sometimes it looks like I've had my hair highlighted or ombre'd or whatever, but it's not. It's just because my hair has been away on holiday, and quite often if my hair has changed colour to that extent, it just means it's in bad condition. Yeah, so that is my hair colour. Next up, well, I have quite a few questions from Savvy Feminist, so I'm going to go in with some of them, and I'll save some of them for a second Q&A video because there's quite a few. Thank you so much for all your lovely questions. So I'm going to start with, what are your 3 desert island makeup products? Okay, so I am a great believer in multitasking, and if I can only take 3 products, they better all do more than one thing. So the first thing I would take would obviously be sun protection. If I'm on a desert island, that comes first and foremost, and the one that I would take would be this one, and this is by Ultrasun. It's their tinted anti-aging sun protection. So in this, I'm going to get 3 things out of 1. So I get the sun protection, I get a lovely tint, and I get skincare as well, because there's lots of anti-aging properties in this as well. So that would be my number 1. Number 2, I would take a mascara, because I just think that it really opens up the eyes and it makes me look alive even when I'm feeling dead. And I would take a multitasking mascara that has a growth serum in it as well. I mean, why not? This one is the No Mascara by Perricone MD, and I believe it has a lash conditioning serum as part of the mascara as well. So that would be my number 2. And then last but not least, a lip conditioning lip gloss. And this is one by Zellens Skincare. Their lip glosses are amazing, and they come from skincare, so they do great things for your lips as well, with a little hint of colour. In fact, this is one of my favourite colours for the spring. It's not new, I think this colour has been out for a couple of years, but it is my favourite colour, and it really conditions the lips as well. So that would be my 3 desert island makeup essentials. The next question from Savvy Feminist is, what was your career before you started blogging, and how did you get into blogging and YouTube? Well, I actually started off in advertising, and I worked for the most amazing advertising agency, and we made some of the most amazing commercials that were known worldwide. I mean, before I got there, they were doing all the really, really famous Levi's ads, which became iconic. And then I worked on various other brands as well, including Cadbury's, which was amazingly good fun, because twice a week we were up in the Cadbury's factory in Bourneville, eating chocolates while we were having meetings. It was just amazing. It was great fun. So I started off in that, and then I moved more into marketing, and then I kind of fell into writing by mistake, kind of. And so I started writing for some newspapers and websites and magazines all about health and beauty and fashion as well at the time. And I wrote for the BBC, and that was the big one, I think. I did that for 2 years for their website. And then I decided what I really wanted to focus on was beauty. So I just stuck to writing about beauty, and out of that came my blog, and then out of that came my YouTube channel. So I hope that answers your question. If you want more detail than that, then obviously let me know, and I can elaborate in a future video. A little bit of a makeup question from Rena, that's Rena Rai on Twitter. Talk to me about highlighters. What are your faves for our skin tone? Rena and I probably have the same skin tone, so that's a really good question. I love highlighters. And if you can see, I am wearing highlighter right now. I'm looking a bit mad, but you know, just it's all about the highlighter. So yes, currently my favorites are, and this is always going to be a perennial favorite, is my Jaclyn Hill, just opening it up, Champagne Pop. I love this, it gives a lovely rosy gold highlight to the skin. I find the silvery highlights a little bit harder to wear, so this one is lovely because it's a really warm highlight and it can be worn dry, or I sometimes just wet down my brush with, say, MAC Fix Plus or something like that, and then dip the brush into here. I use a fan brush and that gives it a really dramatic highlighted effect. And recently what I've really been loving is mixing up these two from Laura Geller. They're from her Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator range. I don't know if there's more than 2 shades, but I only know of these 2 shades. And I have it in Gilded Honey and in Ballerina. Ballerina is slightly pinker and Gilded Honey is more of a yellowy gold. And I mix the two, so I will tap my brush into both of them and then put that on my cheekbones, and that's actually what I'm wearing as highlighter today. I don't know if it's showing up there, you can see it there with the light. I find that that is a really flattering combination on our skin and natural looking enough in real life, but it does show up, like if you're having a photograph taken or something like that, it really works for that too. Next question I have is from Beth at Gloss Galore on Twitter. And she said, if you could only buy makeup from one brand for the rest of your life, which brand and why? That's a really difficult one. I wish you hadn't asked that, because I just don't even, it's such a difficult question to answer because there's so many brands that are doing such good things, and then it's, do you go high end or do you go high street? And yeah, it's a really difficult one. I think if I was going to go high street, I would probably go with Max Factor or Revlon. I don't know, it's really difficult. I don't know. I would have said Urban Decay, so I think I'm going to say Urban Decay because they have such an amazing range of colours and they can match the foundation and the concealer and all of that. So if I was going to go high-end, and let's face it, I'm a high-end girl, I would go with By Terry because I just love all the makeup, and especially now that the brand is doing darker skin tone foundations and concealers, it actually makes it really doable for darker skinned girls. I mean, okay, so here's an example. I bought this palette at the beginning of last year, or whenever it came out, I think in early spring last year. I mean, just look at that palette. It is so gorgeous. It has everything you need. And when I say everything you need, it really does. So I went away in Easter last year, I only took this palette. Oops. I went away in the summer last year, and again, I only took this palette and nothing else at all. This was my eyeshadow, this was my blusher, this was my highlight, this was my contour. It's just everything. So to have all of that in one palette I think is really clever. And then I guess it's the fact that there is skincare in all of the makeup as well. You know, even in a concealer there is skincare in that too. In this blusher, this is a hyaluronic blush, there is skincare in that too. So I guess that that would be the brand that I would go for. Oh, and also, I can't tell you how many times I've repurchased the lip liners. The lip liners and the matte lipsticks, they are gorgeous. I mean, they are more expensive than getting some other brands, but I love everything that the By Terry brand has done. And then their skincare is just gorgeous as well. You know, it's been featured in so many of my other videos. You'll have seen it in my favourites, in hauls and this and that and the other. So yeah, I guess, Beth, I would go with By Terry. Okay, last question, and this one is again from Savvy Feminist. Any holidays planned or ideal holiday destination? Well, every year we go to Spain for the holidays because, as you probably know, we have a second place there. If you haven't seen my Marbella vlog, I'll link it somewhere up here for you, and it gives you a little idea of what we get up to. So I go there with my husband and my 3 children, and this year's going to be no different. I love going there. It actually does feel like just going home because we've been going there for so many years. I've lost count. But an ideal holiday destination would be Hawaii, I think. I mean, it's such a long way away, but it would be amazing to go to Hawaii because at the moment my kids are hooked on Hawaii 5.0, the new version. And we watch this program together and we're all just falling in love with Hawaii. So I think definitely Hawaii, and I would love to go on safari again. I went on safari for my honeymoon, and I've always thought that, well, at the time I didn't have children, but I always thought if I have children I would love to take my kids on safari. So I think they're all about the right age now, and I would love to take them on safari and see the wildlife in its natural habitat. So I'd love to do that. Oh, and the Galapagos Islands, I would love to go there as well. And oh, there's so many places. I'd love to go into the Far East. I would love to go to Vietnam, and I would love to go to Cambodia and Thailand. So yeah, there's loads of places that I have been, but there are loads of places that I haven't been, and they would all be, I just love to travel, so anywhere new would be a fabulous holiday destination. Well, I think I've rambled on enough now. I do have a few more questions, but I think I will save them for another video. So if you have any more questions for me, then leave me your questions in the comments box below, and I will make sure to do another Q&A video really soon. And I was a little bit nervous about this one. I don't know if you can tell, and I hope it went okay. I don't know if I gave too much detail or too little detail, so I'd love your feedback. Let me know what you thought of this video. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I'm aiming to do 2 videos a week, so I would love to have you back for all my future videos. Make sure to join me on Instagram and on Snapchat. I will leave all the links to my social media in the information box down below, and apart from that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!